All right. Well, here we are. This is not a snow day, and this is my 50th episode. I never thought I'd make 50 episodes of this series. And to celebrate my 50th episode, I'm going to my most favorite guest. This is Henry Wiegand. I talked to him way back when this started, and his interviews gotten more views than anything else. So I thought we'd talk to Henry when the quarantine started. And here we are, our 50th episode. I thought I'd get an update from my guy, Henry. Henry, how are you?
Good.
Good. So tell us about what you've been up to for the last, this is almost 70 days of shelter in place in southeastern Michigan. So what have you been doing?
I've been playing a lot of board games lately.
Mm-hmm.
I've been watching a lot of movies too.
Okay. So what are some fun board games that you've really been enjoying?
I like this one game called Corkle and Ticket to Ride. Sorry.
Nice. I find that we play Sorry, my family starts to get at each other because you're always sending somebody back. And then they always pick on me. I don't know if you've ever had that experience. I'm always the one getting sent back.
Yeah, it's very aggressive.
It's very aggressive. And then what are some good movies you've seen recently?
Movies, The Rise of Skywalker, Star Wars. It just came to Disney Plus. My family has Disney Plus. So I've been watching a lot of Star Wars lately.
Love it. Yesterday was the anniversary of The Empire Strikes Back being released.
Oh, yeah.
I know. Pretty serious. I
think 40 years.
I know. It's old. Like, as old as me. That's how old. Anyway, so Henry, what are you thinking about online school and what's been happening for the last couple of months? What are your impressions of that?
I think that online school is pretty fun because at school you'd still do online stuff, but when the quarantine came along, you do a lot more of it, and you would basically just do all your work online.
And you like it?
Mhm. Yeah, I do. I really do.
Do you think you do better with online school, or do you think it's the same as being in the classroom?
I think I do. I think it's the same as being out of the classroom. I do think it's tiny bit better because you don't have all kids making noise or pencil sharpening.
So it's a little easier for you to focus.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great information. So even though you like it a lot, what are some parts of traditional school that you kind of miss a little bit?
Well, I miss seeing my friends. I do miss seeing my teachers and doing work at school. It's just there's something about it that just makes you feel happy.
Yeah, I totally agree. Something about being around all those people makes you feel happy. What's been the hardest part about online schooling? Has there been any part that hasn't worked for you?
Online school, I keep doing these Zoom classes with my grade every week, and it's not the best because there's 40 kids using the internet all at once, and it's really laggy.
Okay. And how do you feel as a student when things are glitching or lagging? How's that feel?
Really cringy.
Yeah, totally. And then somebody's on mute and everyone's like, "You're on mute," and they're trying to get off. Your feelings are a lot like our feelings as adults as we try to manage those meetings. All right, well that's good to know. So this is your last year at your elementary school. You're now headed to a middle school. What are you thinking about that transition for next year?
I feel pretty excited about it. At the same time, I'm just gonna miss a lot of the teachers back. Some of the teachers, the 5th grade teachers, will be going to Pierce. Well, some of them, I don't know.
Yeah. So you're having a reconfiguration in your district. Do you think you'd feel the same way about leaving your elementary and transitioning to a middle school if we hadn't had the last 3 months out of school? Do you think it'd be the same feeling, or do you think it's more or worse because of?
It would be the same feeling, but it would just bring off a little bit of worry.
Okay.
like at the middle school.
Okay. That makes sense. Because a lot of adults are really worried about kids who are transitioning having missed the last 3 months of school. So you're saying a little bit of worry, but probably some of that would have been there anyways?
Yeah.
Okay. That's good to know. See, this is why we come to you. You're the expert. You're absolutely the expert. So thinking about some people are starting to tone down the quarantine rules here in Michigan. They're allowing some things to reopen. How do you, as a young person, feel about the coronavirus and quarantines, people wearing masks, social distancing? Like, what are your thoughts or feelings about all this stuff we read about in the news?
So I do know that little people are very like anxious to like get back out there and like reopen their businesses because like places like restaurants they want to get like open so they can have customers again.
Yeah. So do you feel bad for those people, or do you understand where they're coming from? Do you think
I
we push
I
forward?
why they're like really anxious because they're probably like not making money right now.
Right.
Like they probably have families that they need to feed.
Mm-hmm. So does that make you think we should push forward, or do you think we should be more cautious? What do you think from your perspective?
I do think that we should be more cautious that this is this is a very serious thing but we still need to wash our hands, stay home for the time being because we just need to keep doing what we do and then the government can take care of the rest.
Okay, I like it. When the government, when our local or federal authorities tell us it's time to go back and we can be out there. I know you probably miss baseball and seeing your friends. Will you feel comfortable going out and doing that, or do you think you're going to feel nervous as we kind of start to safely head back out in the world?
I would want to do it, but I would feel a little nervous to do it.
Okay. So what kind of things do you think would help you feel less nervous? What can adults do or the world do to help young people feel more comfortable?
Maybe for the first few weeks, we should wear masks out and try to not go in touch with people, don't touch people,
Mm-hmm.
but stay washing your hands because that's very important.
Okay. So Henry, when we come out of all of this quarantine, we'll have had this big experience. Do you see any good things or any positives that have come out of this experience for you and the people around you?
I mean, it's not a good thing that this virus happened, but I do think that family will get a lot of quality time together and
You were talking about family dinners as something that was kind of great that happened. How were family dinners a little different during this time period?
well, because let's say family dinners before the quarantine, that would be no people, a lot of people would be out at work or my brother and sister would be out at baseball or dance.
Mm-hmm.
So not everyone would be together, but when the quarantine came, my dad wouldn't go to work, Jack wouldn't have baseball, Addie doesn't have dance, so we would all sit together as a family. My dad would usually ask us questions, so it's different.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
Totally. So that's a good thing. So all this family time, board game time, those are the kind of things we should still hold on to even when we can go out in a safe way. What would be a great thing you've learned or that you hope other people have learned during this quarantine time that we can carry with us maybe for the rest of our lives?
To be cautious and to be cautious that a crisis could happen at any moment in the world. So
Mm-hmm.
Just be very cautious and stay healthy.
Good. All right, Henry, here it is. Our advice. What advice would you give to kids or adults, teachers? We got like a month of school left here in Michigan. Some people are starting summer right now. What would be some advice you'd give to people who are watching this that you'd want them to know?
Just like stay healthy for the time being, and like when the quarantine is over, like the first couple of weeks, don't like go crazy and do like stuff that you could do like anytime if the quarantine didn't happen, but like stay like chill. Maybe you could go to like a restaurant like once every 2 weeks or something like that.
Okay. So slow and steady. Don't go too crazy. Be chill. I think that I'm going to take your advice this Labor Day weekend or Memorial Day weekend and just kind of be chill. Do you have any big plans here in Michigan? We got a long weekend. What are your plans for the weekend, Henry?
My brother and my dad are building this ski ramp because my brother loves skiing. He got these trick skis for his birthday, and I think we might finish it over like the weekend.
Cool. Sounds awesome. Well, Henry, if I have a 100th episode, will you promise me you'll be on it if we go to 100?
Yeah.
Awesome. Dude, thank you so much. I appreciate you spending some time. What's next on your list? It's about 12:30. What are you going to do now after we hang up? What's next on your list?
I don't really know. Probably play another board game.
That's awesome. Well, I hope you have fun. Henry, thanks for being on the show, and have a great long weekend. I'll talk to you soon, buddy.
Bye.
Bye. All right, so I'm going to stop the recording. Stand by, Henry.